Nick Merkley had a bit of a late-season slump that coincided with line-mate Rourke Chartier's injury and an adjustment to some big trades the Rockets made. Central Scouting took notice, and he dropped from the 13th-ranked North American skater to 23rd in the final rankings.
With those trades and stuff, I was kind of took a little time to adjust and get used to, I guess, not getting as much power play time and that kind of stuff, but I thought I picked it up again in playoffs.
Gets into the middle. There's a happy birthday gift for Nick Merkley.
Indeed, it's important to note Central Scouting's ranking came out April 8th before Merkley's long playoff run and excellent performance at the Memorial Cup. Other experts place him higher. International Scouting Services has him 19th overall. Bob McKenzie has him 17th, while Craig Button has this rising Rocket at 11th overall. In Quebec, with a ton of scouts in attendance, he proved to be one of those players who elevate their play in big game situations.
Guys like winners, and I think our team did that, and I think the farther you go into playoff, it's going to help you a lot.
Merkley didn't score a lot of goals for a first-round pick, just 20 in the regular season and 5 in the playoffs, but he does pile up the assists. He has incredible vision and needs minimal time to process his next move. That allows him to make a quick touch pass to a teammate or to put the puck where a player is going rather than where he currently resides. That creates open space and makes it more difficult for defenders to react.
That's probably my biggest asset, is my vision. But I think I also really competitive and like to battle in the corners and kind of grind it out a bit. And I like to throw my body around.
If he was an inch taller than 5'10"3/4, he could be a top 10 pick. But there's no question he plays big and isn't afraid to smoke a guy or battle hard along the wall. At 190 pounds, he's solid, and those hits tend to irritate some of his bigger opponents.
Merkley amazes me. He must have a soccer background. I mean, he uses his feet again on this goal.
Merkley has proven time and again he can use his skates to control the puck. It's something he works on at practice with Rocket skills coach Kim Gellert.
Well, I've been kind of working on it my whole life, but I think for sure when I came here with Kim, every practice we kind of work on it. So I think just that repetition, it pays off, obviously, in those big situations, and I think just working on little skills like that is huge.
He also has a neat little move where he opens his legs and slightly pauses in an effort to freeze the defender, if ever so slightly, to give him that split-second advantage.
My brother actually used it growing up, and he was kind of my role model. It seemed to work pretty well, and you kind of get more time with that, and the D-man kind of doesn't know if you're going to delay or keep going, so yeah, you kind of read off him and then make a play from there. And also I think you're opened up to see all the whole ice. I would like to say it was a Merkley, but I think Crosby uses it quite a bit.
Merkley's not known as a dump and chase guy. He tends to use his creativity and make a move on the zone entries.
If you have that time and you have that space, you're going to try and make plays, and you got to try some things over the blue line, but I think the most important thing is if you have to, you got to get in deep, and those turnovers can be costly, so you just got to read the situation, I guess.
Like a high school graduation, Merkley's done all the homework and finished the assignments. Now it's a case of waiting and looking forward to the draft in Sunrise, Florida.
I'm really excited and obviously a little nervous. I don't really have any idea where I'm going, and everyone's told me that it's the best day of their lives, so yeah, I think it's going to be a blast.
Merkley is certainly on a lot of teams' radar, and he met with 27 of them at the Combine. On Friday, he's expected to go somewhere in the mid-teens, where 4 straight Canadian teams are picking, starting with hometown Calgary at 15. It would be somewhat surprising to see the Flames pass him up, and highly unlikely he makes it through Edmonton, Winnipeg, and Ottawa. But trades can happen at the draft, and players can rise or fall, so you never quite know what will transpire.
All the Canadian teams have big fan bases, and it would be really exciting to play in Canada. Obviously the Flames are my hometown, and I watched them growing up and seeing all those guys and looking up to them my whole life, so it would be a pretty surreal moment to go to them, but any way it goes, I think I'm going to be excited, and it'll be a pretty surreal experience.